Now then, Douglas Master report to the Zero Waste Cooking School. Today we're getting fresh with a silo classic at home. The sexy disco tomatoes are going to be stripped naked and bathed in a salty sweet brine. Weighing in with a punchy herb sauce. These are being foraged from the garden. I'm going to blend that into an oily delicious sauce and a hemp ricotta. Hark, the vegans are cheering. You're welcome, vegans. Let's strip to it and brine these tomatoes. So to strip the tomatoes, pop them into boiling water for about 10 seconds. The skin will start to naturally peel away. Pop it into the ice water and that's it. You want ripe tomatoes. If they're underripe, they will not peel and you will start to cry. So we're going to keep these skins and we're going to infuse it into vodka to make tomato skin martinis, as you do. To make the brine, you'll have the same amount of water as you have tomatoes by weight, and this is sugar and salt. And you shouldn't need to heat it, just take the whisk out of your back pocket and dissolve. It's dead important to peel the tomatoes. If you imagine a tomato with its clothes on, the salt cannot penetrate the flesh. So yeah, you must peel it because then it's like a porous sponge and will absorb all of that saline goodness. To speed up the brining process, you can cut open your tomato so there's a less of a surface area for the brine to penetrate. We're going to use these tomorrow. So I'm going to cut them in half. You can leave the tomatoes in the brine up to 2 weeks. After a while they do start to go mushy. Oh, and use a board to chop the tomatoes because this is really dangerous, especially when you find out how sharp this knife is. Pop this into your fridge for at least 24 hours. I reckon 48 hours is the sweet spot, depending on how big and chunky your tomatoes are. This herb sauce is incredibly difficult to make. You whack the herbs into a blender and then pop the oil in, mustard in, then you blend it. Follow me to the dry stores. Here is a fine specimen of hemp. This is hemp, as I said. It is dehulled from the hemp shell. If you try and do anything with unhulled hemp, it is a disaster. So dehulled hemp in, tap, tap, tap. Water pre-weighed also in, salt in. What's this? Oh, vinegar also in. I know what I'm talking about. Then lid on, Nutribullet. This bloody thing is not ideal for making hemp ricotta. Doesn't matter, just blend anyway. This is the famous hemp ricotta. That is not at all famous. In fact, I only made it for the first time last week. I made it, tried it, tasted it. I thought, this is actually as good as cow ricotta. I'm very reluctant to ever admit that anything is better than dairy products, but I'm genuinely serious. This is amazing. Take this device, scoop your tomatoes from yesterday or the day before or the day before or the day before or the day before, put them on your board, slice them into a shape that makes you feel happy. Take bowls, plates, whatever you want to pop your dish on, equal amounts of the sauces. Once your sauce is on the plate, take tomato 1, drop, tomato 2, also drop, tomato 3, also drop. And then you just keep going round to create this psychedelic cartwheel. This dish is almost ready. It is delightful and full of joy. However, the garden is beckoning me back. We're going to finish the dish with some of the nasturtium flowers that exist in the jungle dark forest that is my garden. Flour's on. It's not advisable to put the whole flour on, especially if you're putting multiple on. However, it looks really good, so I'm just gonna ignore my own advice and have a very spicy time eating this dish. It's been brined very precisely to be nice, even, consistent seasoning, but it's been designed so you can finish with a little bit of salt at the end. Not a lot, just a little bit. It's time to eat this luscious garden bounty. Is the ultimate way to experience the juicy, supple tomatoes. It's incredible. I mean, we do this at Cider, we've done this at Cider for years in different iterations. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah, I thought these flowers would be overkill, but they're not. They just like punch with pepper. Honestly, 10 out of 10. It is incredible. And the great thing about it is it's so easy. It's totally plant-based. You can give this to anyone, anywhere, and they will get a little bit turned on. This is the end of this herbaceous, punchy tomato striptease.